Northwestern Tales, Season 1, Episode 2, Edward and the Express. Edward is a passenger engine and a goods engine. Edward has his own branch line leading from Wellsworth to Brandon Docks. Here we have Gordon, the express engine. He is the number 4 on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. Gordon runs the express to Knapford to Vicarstown. He mostly boasts to other engines about how he's early, on time, and really reliable, but the other engines don't pay attention to him anyways. One night in the sheds, Gordon was boasting about how he was on time earlier today. "You see, little Edward, I am the pride of the line, and the king of the line too." "Will you shut up?" said James. "I had enough of you talking about being king of the line, whatever you call it. But there's only one king of the line, and he's bound to be red." "Huh. Yeah, I think I should be the best king of the line, Gordon, don't you think?" "Pah, certainly not," said Gordon. "I think I will be a better king of the line." "Well, how about me?" said Edward. "Pah, an old rust bucket like you. You can barely pull 3 coaches." "Oh, be quiet, Gordon. That wasn't a classic serious. I can pull lots of coaches besides 3. "Yeah, even though the people wanted you to struggle with only 3 coaches, and I can pull about 4. Yeah, but let's not forget the engine who got lost and took over the express for him." said Gordon. "I'm still the best, though." "Here we go," said Edward, and went to bed. Next morning, while Edward was steaming up to take his morning train, he thought about it and said, "I wonder if I can pull the express," said Edward. And he pulled out the sheds. As Edward was coming in with his train, he saw that Gordon wasn't there. Said Edward. "Where is Gordon, by the way?" "No idea," said Edward's driver. He better hurry soon or we'll be late." "He probably overslept again." "Probably so," said Edward. "Well, I can't go back now. I already have my coaches and everything, and don't want to disappoint the passengers," Edward said. And Edward and his driver were right. Gordon was sound asleep in the shed. The driver and fireman weren't there at all, but Gordon was sound fast asleep. A few minutes later, Gordon's driver and fireman started running into the sheds. While the fireman was warming up Gordon's fire, the driver went to go tell Gordon, "Gordon, we're running late. Come on. You're late for your express." Gordon was wide awake and said, "Come on, driver. We won't be late, okay? Okay, come on, hurry, jump in. I'm not gonna be late." "We already are late." "Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go." The driver jumped in the cab, and the big blue express train paddled straight away. As Stanley was shunting Gordon's coaches, he saw that Gordon was at the platform. So he asked Edward, "Hey, Edward, do you know what Gordon is?" "I seriously have no idea. I think he's running late," said Edward. Meanwhile, on the main line, the big blue engine raced across the line. His wheels clattered faster and faster as he zoomed down the line. Gordon finally made it to Wellsworth. Meanwhile, while Gordon was trying to head to Wellsworth in a dramatic speed, he didn't see Ryan coming in with the goods train. When Gordon saw this, he said, "Stop! Stop!" Gordon's driver slammed on the brakes, but it was too late. But luckily, no one was hurt. Gordon was surprised. He was damaged, but surprised. And cross. "Ryan, what were you doing in the way?" "Hey, it wasn't my fault. You were probably not paying attention." "Not paying attention? Well, I always pay attention. Why bother, I will believe that. Oh, why you stinking little..." But then Percy came along, with the Fat Controller. "Well, Gordon, try to do a speed run and then end up in a crash." "Yes, sir," said Gordon. "I was running late and I had no choice but to hurry up." "Well, thanks to that nonsense, Stanley won't be able to move the coaches, and the express will be even later than ever." "I'm sorry, sir," said Gordon. Well, apology accepted, but you'll be in the works for quite a while. You understand?" "Yes, sir." "Oh, and you'll be helping out James with the goods work." "What?" said Gordon. "Right now? But I'm damaged, sir." "Of course not. Right after you come out of the works." "Ugh, the indignity," said Gordon. While Percy took the unhurt trucks away, Oliver had a tough task pulling Gordon back on the rails. It wasn't easy for Oliver, but by he knew it, Gordon was back on the rails. The Fat Controller looked at the damage. "Well, the tracks are cleared, but Rocky won't be here for the next hour. The tracks are clear, but we still need another engine to pull the express." The Fat Controller pointed at the yard manager and said, "Do you think you can let Henry pull the express?" "Sorry, Henry's not available right now. He's pulling a goods train to the mainland." What about James?" "James is unavailable too. He is helping Henry pull the goods train to the mainland also." "Are you joking? All two express engines are out for the day. Oh, this is a total disaster. Who will pull the express?" Said Gordon. "I don't have any clue, but you can make up your own mind. But I don't know who right now. The only engine I think is Burger or Bear. Yeah, just Burger and Bear, that's it." "Oh, this will never do," said the Fat Controller. "I'll have to make arrangements for another engine to come and arrive and pull the train." Then Edward spoke up. "Sir, how about I pull the express? To give it a try." The Fat Controller walked over where Edward is and said, maybe I'll make the arrangements right away. You are the only tender engine available for now, but when you get to the next station, I'm sure I'll have another engine take the express for you." "All right, sir, but where do I take this load to?" "You'll have to take it to the airport." "The airport?" "Yeah, it's a really long way. You think you can do it?" "Yes." "And after you get to the airport, there'll be another engine to take your load." "Yes, sir," said Edward. "All right, I'll make the arrangements right away." While Edward waited at the platform, Stanley shunted his coaches in. "There you go, Edward. There are your coaches." "Thank you, Stanley," said Edward. "No problem, Edward, and good luck out there." "Thank you, Stanley." "No problem, old boy. Now, you should be going. You're already late as it is." Stanley puffed back so Edward can go. Edward was a bit nervous, but as he pulled out of the station, he started struggling. But 5 minutes later, he started slowly pulling the coaches out of the station. Edward struggled across the main line. His wheels turned and turned, but with no grip. The express was very heavy, as with so many coaches and so many passengers. I can do it, said Edward. His wheels pounded the rails, but Edward struggled on through the main line. You can do it! You can do it! Said Edward's driver and fireman. Edward struggled on until he reached the most difficult part of the main line, Gordon's Hill. It was the steepest hill, and Gordon got stuck upon it. Edward's driver said, It's all right, old boy, you can do it. We believe in you. Then Edward started moving, and as he started coming up the hill, he was starting to feel really tired. Whew, said Edward. I never thought pulling an express train could be this hard. You can do it, Edward. But then the driver looked at the steam gauge. Oh no, we're losing steam. Then Edward stopped right on the hill. Edward's driver said, Bother! We're losing steam very quickly. Looks like you've broken one of your pipes. Oh, after all that, why did my pipe have to break now? We can fix that. All we need is some spare parts. But luckily, me and the fireman both had some spare parts in here. But they weren't as we think. All there is was duct tape and some pipes. Maybe we can try taping the pipes under your carriage. It won't hold long, but it'll give you more steam. I guess that's the only choice we have, said Edward. Just do it already. Make it quick. All right. Come on, fireman. We'll have to do this quickly so we can have the train there. Righty-o. Let's do this. The driver was putting the pipes in. Almost done, Eddie. Well, and then we'll soon be off. I hope so, said Edward, or else this train won't be going anywhere for a long time. Oh, don't say that. All right, I'm done. Now, let's get in the cab and hurry up. Then Edward tried again, and he started puffing up. But before he knew it, he was on top of the hill. All right, Eddie, all we need is the other side, and we're home free. Finally, said Edward. The pipe in Edward's undercarriage was building up more steam for the number 2, and Edward made it to the top of the hill. All right, Edward, we're home free. Finally, said Edward, now down on the other side. Before he knew it, Edward was at the top of the hill, streaming down the other side. Hurrah! I did it, said Edward. Tired and triumphantly, Edward made it to the station, 5 minutes early. The driver looked at his watch and said, Wow, Edward, we're 5 minutes early. Wow, it looks like the speed from the hill gave us a little bit more speed. I suppose so, said Edward. An engine from the other railway was here to take the train. Hey, Edward, is that it? Yeah, boy. What's up? Oh, I'm scheduled for the express to Vicarstown? Yep. Okay, yeah. Let me, just move out the way for you so you can, couple up to the train. Is that alright? No problem. Edward moved on the other line while the engine buffeted up to the express. The guard blew the whistle, and the engine puffed away with the express. Well, it's time to go home, Edward, don't you think? Yeah, I think so, said Edward, and he puffed out on his way home. On his way home, Edward's driver was saying, well, good job, Edward. You did a really good, hard-working job out there. Thanks, driver. But when we get to Ellsworth, I'm gonna be very tired, so it looks like we'll have to have a place to rest in, said Edward. When Edward came into the yards, he was greeted by whistles and cheering. When Edward got there, he saw that Gordon was there too. Gordon? I thought you were damaged during the crash. Oh, yeah, about that. All ended up being some scratch paint and all. Oh, okay. Oh, but, yeah. So, how are you doing, Edward? Oh, I'm good. Oh, and I want to say thank you for doing a great job on the Express. I heard you were very gentle with the coaches, and you arrived 5 minutes early. That's actually quite impressive. Thanks, Ed boy. I really appreciate it. No problem. So, so now let me tell you what happened while we're at the works. I saw Gordon was highly interrupted by Duck, who was screaming and yelling, guys, there was something going on in the docks. What? Said Gordon and Edward. I think Sir Topham had got a new engine. But that's a story for another day. Thank you so much for watching Edward and the Express. Yes, it took me all night to upload and do this video, but I'm sure it would be fine. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And this is Shooting Star Commentary Productions, signing out.